the biggest fears are just fake. They aren't real. Sometimes you need to write down those fears and erase. Sometimes those fears are in our heads. Therefore, we must not give them attention. We must not give them reality. I'm going to be writing down 5 of your biggest fears. So go ahead and tell me what your first biggest fear is. Wow, that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary, but I believe that you can destroy that fear. Sometimes I'm afraid of that as well, but I have to remember, how can this affect me? How can I be affected by it? It's okay. Let's erase it. And your second fear. Oh dear. That's pretty valid. That's pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. But it's okay, it's okay. Let's write it down, then we're gonna delete it. We're gonna delete the fear from the mind. Alright, now that we have the fear written down, we're gonna go ahead and delete. No more will that fear haunt you. No more will that fear haunt everywhere you may think it happened, especially in your dreams. Let's go ahead and write down the next thing that you are afraid most of. It's not too scary. It's not too scary. As I'm writing it down, I know we're both thinking the same thing. I know we're thinking that's not a valid fear. That's easily erased. We can easily erase it, but let me finish down the sentence. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and delete the fear from the whiteboard, and then we're going to delete it from your mind, because you don't deserve to be afraid of that. I don't think even kids are afraid of that. A blank board equals a blank, fearless mind. We're getting stronger, we're getting fearless as we go on. The more thoughts we are able to erase, the more fearless we will become. Let's go ahead and write down your fourth fear. As we're going along, I can see that you're getting more fearless. I can see that your fears are becoming somewhat of a memory, somewhat of a dream. It's becoming less of reality, and that's what we wanted. We wanted to be less afraid of these things that we are afraid of. We're going to go ahead and erase And for the last fear. Whoa. That's scary. I don't know if you can get over that fear. Let's write it down. Let's write it down. Well, that doesn't seem that bad once we write it down, right? It seems impossible to get over that fear. But once we write it down, it seems that all those fears can just disappear. Let's disappear the fears. Let's fight these fears. Alright, now that we wrote down all the fears and we erased all of your fears, we erased it from the whiteboard. Therefore, we erase it from your mind. Now we can truly say, I am no longer afraid. You are no longer afraid. There are no fears that can make our brain and our body afraid of scared or anything. We are no longer going to be tormented by our fears. We are going to live our life fearless. I hope you understood the message of this session. Sometimes our biggest fears are all in our heads. We must write it down, literally. Write down your fears. Write down anything that you're afraid of, what might not happen or what might happen. Just write it down. Look at it as long as you need to, and delete it the second that you find out that it's all in your head and you do not need to be afraid of it. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fearless day. Goodbye.